Hey, it's Matt with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Monday. It's October 14th. This will be our chart lesson for the day. Kind of a quiet, low volume day. Today was a bank holiday, so obviously a lot of your institutional type traders were probably not trading today. Generally, you can still trade these days. There's generally enough volume on a day like this that you can trade it, and you can see it. This was tradable today. There's not a lot of trades. There were a few right there from just after 8:30 till about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then I didn't mark anything after that point because you're just in a little tight. Really, we were kind of in a tight range from about 10:45 uh, till close. We were trading within the close from Friday to the open today, and you can see we were just stuck in there. And it's probably not worth. You're probably better off to stay out of it. You can see early on there's a little volume, and that's generally the way it works. People come in and trade for an hour or two and take the day off or whatever. So uh, anyway, it's not going to take long today. One thing I did want to show you, somebody was talking to me, and they said they were having a hard time. What they were wanting to do is drop their orders in somewhere ahead of time and then pull them down at the last minute. But it's quicker just to put your order in. If you use Chart Trader, I mean, I've got mine set up where I've got an auto trade, and all I got to do is put my, let's say I want to go long one tick above that. I put my mouse right there, and there's my buy stop. That quick. I mean, it's like 2 seconds, if that. So why you would want to put an order in and drag it around, I'm not sure. It can't be faster than that. Let's just say I got an order up here by, I didn't mean to put a limit, but it doesn't matter. And then I got to take this and drag it down here, and I got to get it there. And so I mean, it's just as quick just to put your mouse right where it goes and put a buy stop, and there it is, one tick above that bar, ready to go. Uh, if I want to sell below this bar right here, I just put it one tick below it, sell stop, boom, there it is, that quick. So the other trader seemed to think that took a long time. Maybe it does on, maybe he's using a different charting, but he said Chart Trader, so I'm not sure what charts he's using. Maybe it is a little more difficult on his, but you'd be surprised. One thing I can tell you about NinjaTrader, if you like NinjaTrader and you're using NinjaTrader, go to their website and look at their training videos. They got videos on how to do anything, and they are very excellently done. They're free. They're excellent. They're done very well. They're easy to follow, and you can learn how to do anything there. People will ask me how to do certain things. Well, you know, rather than me having to make a new video, just go to their website. It's so much easier, and they got a video on how to do anything. And it just makes it real simple and makes it easy for you to do. And you can learn anything you want to learn about NinjaTrader. And it's not that difficult to use. We don't really use a whole lot. We use the drawing tools, which are these tools down the side over here to draw trends and stuff like that. Other than that, I've got the uh, previous close right here in the daily open just so I can see the gap on the daily chart. Again, this brown line across here is the previous open from the or the previous close, I'm sorry. That's where the market closed Friday. And this is where it opened up today. So there's a gap between there, and you can see we quickly moved up and filled that gap, and we never went much higher than that. We just kind of worked down from there. There's a little bit of a spike in channel here that just kind of went flat late in the afternoon. It didn't even play out. We got a break here. We never could even push back up. We just stayed stuck in that little tight range between. Basically, this was your resistance that closed from Friday, and this was your support. The open this morning at 8:30, and you can see that right there is where this blue line is the 8:30 open. When it goes from blue to white, that's the 8:30, and then when it goes from white to blue, that's 2 o'clock when I stop trading. And it's that simple. So, but yeah, just to put a trade in, you just put your mouse where you want it. And it's that quick. I mean, I don't know how you could do it any easier than that, but you know, everybody has their own little quirks and things they like to do, and maybe that doesn't seem fast enough, but I don't know how you could drop an order in and move it much faster than that, to be honest with you. And the reason he was asking that was because he had his order sitting there and it accidentally got filled on a quick spike, and that's the danger of that. If you got to, you know, you need to have that order way up here if you're going to do that. And you just never know when something's going to happen. And you know, we had that a couple of spikes. I think that was on Friday, Thursday or Friday, when we had a few spikes. Actually, Thursday, I think it was, wasn't Friday. And prices spiked up real quick and filled his order and stopped him out all in one lick. And you know, that's why you don't do that. Just wait till you're ready to place your order. Boom, that quick. So anyway, I'm gonna back out. We're gonna talk about. It seemed like there was one other thing. I'm gonna pause it just a second. It seemed like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. Let me look at my notes. Well, I don't see anything else. That must have been it. But anyway, I see his email again here, and he goes, I use Chart Trader also. The double mouse click is much slower than dragging the order from above or below. Now, in my opinion, I would disagree, but you know, if that's the way you like to do it, that's okay. But the danger is the way what you're doing, you could get stopped. You could have another losing trade, and you know, if it was a big spike, you might really get burned. So, um, I don't know how you could be much faster than that right there. I mean, it's quick and easy. You just drop it in there, and if I want to go short one tick below right there, boom. You can see that's one tick below it. I mean, I don't know how it could be any quicker than that. So maybe your chart trader works differently. Maybe you're doing something differently. I don't know. And then once I enter my order there, if it gets triggered, it automatically puts in my safety stop, and it puts my uh, it automatically puts in my limit order 4 ticks away, so that I don't have to put that in, because sometimes it moves so quick that you wouldn't have time to get your limit order in there. So mine does it as soon as my order's triggered. It puts my safety stop and my exit target in there automatically. Now my safety stop, I may have to move it around. Generally, I have it come in, I think, at 12 ticks, and so I can move it up, because I don't want it to be too close and then get stopped out before I can move it, because that's another mistake you can make, and I've done that before. So I have mine come in, like if I'm going to buy right here, I'd put my buy order 1 tick above. I'm not going to do it because it's real close to the prices there, and they might tick and fill me. But let's just say I want to put my buy order in right there. As soon as that buy order gets filled, it'll put my safety stop 12 ticks down here, and it'll put my buy limit order for my target 4 ticks above. And that way I'm guaranteed to get 4 ticks. I don't use a sell stop on my target, because what will happen a lot of times is prices will run up there and bump it but not go through, and if you use a buy stop, it automatically becomes a market order, and I only want to get filled at 4 ticks. So I don't want to watch it run up there and bump it and set my order and then get filled at a different price. So I want to make sure I get my 4 ticks. So I use a limit order on my exit, and I use a buy stop down here on my safety stop, just a regular safety stop. And I always enter on buy and sell stops. The only time I use a limit order is when I'm trying to say this thing took off real quick and I didn't have time to get my order in there. I might, if I like this trade enough, I might drop my limit order back where it would have gone before to see if this would back up and fill me. That'd be the only time I'd ever use a limit order. Otherwise, I always use a stop, a buy stop or a sell stop to enter on. And your exit is always a limit order, and not a stop limit order, a regular limit order. I never mute. I mean, you can see there's a sell stop limit order, but I never use those. So all we want to use is a stop or a limit, and that's it. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful to you, and hopefully that trader kind of figures that out. But anyway, let's talk about the trades and get it over with. It's not going to take long today. Again, we were trading down here, and we got our first break. So you'd expect prices to try to go lower. So you might have been looking for a short in here. Only thing is you got this trend working up, and this is the first break. So we would expect prices to try to make a new high as well. So this is kind of confusing in here when you don't know which way it's going. I don't have my little trend line right here, but what this does is this is like a little spiking channel right here, and you can see that. It's a little spiking channel down, and you get your close outside right here, it moves to a new low, and then it heads off. So that's what you want to see before you try to get long. Sometimes if you get a good second entry long, you might want to go long sooner than that, but as you can see here, there is a second entry long, but you're not even touching the EMA, and that's not much of a, it's just one little tick higher and then a couple little ticks, so we're still really in a downtrend there, so I'd probably let this play out. There is a failed second entry long right there, but like I said, I don't like that. It's kind of hard to know what's going on. That's almost kind of congestive, and it looks like a little spike down. So I would wait for a higher low here probably, but then we get the break and try to go higher again here. Now we make a triple test. I don't have that line on there either, but if you draw your line there, you can see there's a little triple test. And we had a failed second entry long here. That one's not good enough, but when it comes back again right here, and notice we made that high, we test it once, we test it twice, you get another bearish bar, you got enough room here. I like that one. And you got more, you get more than enough to scalp out of that, and then it bounces. You don't really get a chance to ride it back up. That bar's too bearish. You never really get a higher low, and then you're working down again. And you actually get, and I would have drawn my trend line right across here. You don't really know exactly where to draw it right just yet, so you had to have this third touch right here really to draw this. And you can see it did fit when you pulled it up and it came back to the highs, but there's still, you made that double bottom and you come back and you test it again, so there's still a double test there, but again you got that trend line working down. You hadn't really had a close outside in a new low, and you finally get it right there in a new low, and so you might enter right there because that confirms that trend line, this touch, and this is just another touch, and now you got your break and your new low, and so you may take that trade. You're probably better off to wait on the higher low, which comes here. And so I like entering right there, and then you get a failed second entry short right here, and again it's one tick over that bar. This one I had a little issue this morning when I came in. I had a computer issue, so I didn't get started trading till almost 10 o'clock, so I didn't see what happened right here. I don't know if this went lower and then turned up, or if it went out the upside. So I probably would have liked entering right there, and if it went higher and turned down, you would have got stopped out only to watch it go back. But I would have jumped right back in on this and made it right back up, and you wouldn't have, you wouldn't have probably taken a full hit there. That bar's, see how many ticks are in that bar. Come on. There is 5 ticks in that bar, so you wouldn't have lost but a few ticks, maybe 6 ticks on that. But you could have made it right back up here, and then you get a higher low here. It's really a second entry long too. I like it. It's right off the trend line. It's getting a little close to your highs, but there is enough room before this little double top here, so it's real close, but that would have been a good trade. And then of course you drag this up and we turn right back down there. Again, we're coming down. You get another little bullish bar right here. The only problem is that's an inside bar. If this would have been a bullish bar off that trend line, I'd probably say take it. But in this case, you need to wait on your higher low, which comes right here. And nice bullish bar. Just go long right there. You get another little failed second entry short right here, but it's right back into that high. It's not very far to here, and it's not a very good signal bar. Usually you like this trade better when it's right off the EMA. So I'd skip that one. It would have worked, but I wouldn't take it. I just say skip that one. And then of course we're working back down. You get your close outside. There's your move to a new low. It really never makes a low. It's like a double test right there. That's not a perfect signal bar, but it's close enough. It's bullish, and notice that swing high is higher than that one. So this is a first entry, second entry. So that's a second entry long right off the key entry point. And quick, easy scalp, but then it's working lower again. You don't want to go short right in here because there's a good chance it bounces, but it does work lower. And somebody asked me, the same trader asked me, he says, when would you, I think he was looking way back in here, when would you stop trying to look for longs? Well, when this trend line is no longer in play and when you're not making higher highs and higher lows anymore. So when you're at this point right here, you're still making higher highs and higher lows. because there it is on the far right hand side of your corner. And there's a clear spike and channel up here. So you're still looking for longs. You don't start looking for shorts until you're not making higher highs and higher lows anymore. And that was right here, or quit looking for longs. So that didn't happen until right here, because now you got a lower low than this one, and you made a lower high, and now you made another lower high, and so now look like you're trending downward, but you still got to be careful of this trend line, because you may just come back down here and hit it and turn back up again. But no, we came on through, and this is where I'd probably start looking for shorts right in here, and you just kind of run out of time. This looks like two legs back to the EMA, but it's not back to the trend line, which is a little concerning. So you might take that trade right there. You might look at that as a double test as well. That late in the day, I'm just going to tell you I'd probably skip that trade, because it's just a little unclear what's going on right there at that point. But you can see you made that high, you test it once, you test it twice. It looks like two legs back. So you might take that one. I'll mark it green. But you're just kind of in the middle right there, and it's hard to know what's going on, so probably the best trade is no trade. And then you come down here, and you finally got this trend line working up. You get a close outside, you make a new high, and now you're starting lower, but you never really get a setup. It's just dangerous going short down here. Look at, even though you got a lower high right here, you got three matching lows. You're going sideways. One of these is a doji. I'll just probably skip that. And then you come back and get a big bearish bar. This is 230 though, I think. It's real. Let me see what, oops. Come on. That is, time is 2:30. Yep, so that's just a little too late. But that would have probably been a trade I'd take if it wasn't 2:30. And then you get a second entry short right here. Notice that new low, first entry, second entry. That would have been another good short. So anyway, not a lot of trades today. Kind of quiet, kind of what you expect for a bank holiday kind of day. So the only time I'll generally trade these days, when I won't trade, is when it's a abbreviated trading day. You're just wasting your time. You'll get stuck in a trade and have to close out. So don't trade on those days unless you just want to sim trade. But you probably won't get enough action to get much practice anyway. So you're better off just to skip those days. So anyway, that's what I saw today. Hope it was helpful to you. I'm going to wrap it up. We'll be back again tomorrow, and things will probably pick up again tomorrow. But anyway, I'm done for today. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.